R-Truth is officially released from the WWE, and this is just insane because yesterday I made a video talking about how I would like to see R-Truth in a more serious role. How it seems like they were building him, right? He just had a match with John Cena. Then he had a match with JC Mateo. Yes, he lost both matches, but he's having matches. R-Truth is not known for just having matches week to week. And R-Truth is one of those guys where I didn't think he was even able to be released, right? I thought he was going to be a lifetime WWE guy, and he would probably be able to leave whenever he wanted to. So this is just shocking because I thought R-Truth was, his job was so safe. If R-Truth is getting released, so many other people should be scared for their jobs right now. There's half the roster that's probably terrified. The fact that R-Truth got released, and R-Truth is 50, yes, he's in his 50s, but he moves like he's in his 30s. He can still cut a really good promo, and he's been a comedy gimmick for the past 10 years. But if you wanted to make him serious, R-Truth can be serious. R-Truth was a battle rapper. R-Truth was R-Truth can dig at you. R-Truth can talk. So it really does. It sucks that a lot of people only know R-Truth as a comedic person, a guy who's not taken serious, an idiot. They didn't really get to see him be serious. And I think, and especially for me, I didn't watch R-Truth. People talk about how he was in NWA, he was a champion there. I think he went to TNA. I didn't watch that. I didn't get to watch that. I was too young, and I also wasn't following wrestling at that time. So I only got to see, a short glimpse of a serious R-Truth. I remember him smoking that cigarette one time, and he was jumping John Morrison. But that was a while ago, and for a short amount of time. Now, I don't want to talk about R-Truth for this whole video because there's other stuff I want to talk about. But I do want to give you guys a couple examples on why R-Truth was just so good for the WWE, and releasing him is just doesn't make any sense, right? I'll give you an example. Look at the Judgment Day. I remember every single week, the Judgment Day were doing the same thing, just like how they're kind of doing now, right? But worse. It was just boring. They brought in R-Truth, and then that whole story revived. Judgment Day were the hottest thing on Raw. Everyone cared about the Judgment Day because of R-Truth. Because of R-Truth. R-Truth came in, turned the story around, and then that helped Damian Priest become a solo star. That helped Damian Priest feel important. And you got to give most of the credit to R-Truth on that, right? And even now, R-Truth was one of the highest merchandise sellers. And you're going to release him while he's one of the highest merchandise sellers. When you give R-Truth a run, when you give him an opportunity, the fans love it. The fans love R-Truth. And yes, sometimes the comedy gimmick I didn't like because I don't want to see R-Truth just be an idiot every single time I see him. You know what I mean? I also want to see R-Truth have some different dimensions to his character, right? But even with how one-dimensional he was, how one-note he was one of the best characters, one of the best gimmicks in the WWE, and honestly, he's probably one of the only wrestlers in the WWE with a gimmick. So, you just released the only guy with a gimmick in the WWE. So now, who's going to replace a guy like R-Truth? Chad Gable? You know what I mean? They're going to make Chad Gable a comedic relief now. Even though Chad Gable should be taken serious. Chad Gable should... Well, here. Maybe not taken serious, but Chad Gable should be to not the level of Kurt Angle, but around there, right? He's obviously... People should look at him as a joke, right? But he should be taken serious by the other wrestlers. He should be strong enough to at least have a mid-card title. But no. He's not even strong enough to get a fucking tag team title. He's not doing shit. And honestly, I'm just going to... That wraps up my R-Truth segment. Now I want to talk about some other things, right? I want to talk about Carmelo Hayes real quick. Now, Carmelo Hayes recently lost a qualifying match to Andrade. I don't know what they have in plan for him, right? For the mid-card division, I don't see him ever beating a Jacob Fatu. I don't see him ever beating a Damian Priest. So what is he doing on SmackDown? What is he doing on SmackDown? To join the tag team division with The Miz? If that's what their plan is for Carmelo Hayes, Carmelo better just release Carmelo Hayes. Let him go to AEW. I don't know what else to tell Carmelo Hayes at that point. If that's what you want, that's what you want. But they got to move him to Raw. Because Raw is pretty open. You look at the mid-card division, it's Dominic Mysterio. Even though the WWE loves Dominic Mysterio, right? They look at him like they look at Eddie Guerrero. Even though you can't even compare them, right? You look at the skills, they're just uncomparable. But Carmelo Hayes, there's a better shot of him actually beating a Dom Mysterio than a fucking Jacob Fatu, right? And I feel like there's a lot of openings for a Carmelo Hayes on Raw. There's no one on Raw that has... It's crazy to say it, but it has charisma, right? Karrion Kross shows up on Raw for fucking a minute and doesn't even get, he doesn't get to do anything, you know? And I'm not the biggest Karrion Kross fan, but I can admit, Karrion Kross is really good on the mic, right? Like, he's the best on the mic, and he doesn't even get a chance to speak. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, Karrion Kross must have pissed off Triple H, because, like, there's little things that Triple H does that I'm like, Triple H, there's no way Triple H likes LA Knight. There's no way Triple H likes Karrion Kross. There's no way Triple H likes Carmelo Hayes. You know what I mean? Like, Triple H doesn't like these people. If he likes these people, why is he not putting them in a position to succeed? When LA Knight was the United States champion, his title reign was boring as shit. You know why? Because he didn't have anyone to fight against. There was 2 weeks where he wasn't doing anything. And then Nakamura comes in and beats him, holds the title for fucking a month, and doesn't even show up on the brand. I'm telling you, Triple H does not care about the mid... Like, it's just... I bring that up because it just shows you how dumb the booking was at one point. And it still is. And I gotta be serious, I gotta be honest, I am not enjoying this John Cena heel run. Like, I thought I would. I thought I would enjoy it. I knew John Cena wasn't going to be at every show, right? And I understood that. But I thought there was going to be more video vignettes. I thought there was going to be more online promos. Like, remember when The Rock came back? There was a fucking online promo on Twitter, a 10-minute promo that he would put out. You know what I mean? Every week. So, like I would like to see John Cena have more effort, maybe. And I also thought... This is before The Rock basically said, I'm not in the story anymore. I also thought The Rock was going to be in the storyline. So, this story went from feeling so important. This run went from feeling so fucking important to just, I don't even know what the fuck this run is. And then there's idiot fanboys that are like, whoa, he does want to ruin wrestling, so he's ruining wrestling as part of the story. No, that's a bullshit excuse, man. Oh, he wants to ruin wrestling, so we're just not going to fucking try with our show. Oh, that's such a fucking smart idea. We're just not going to try because our story is we want to ruin it. It isn't. Come on, bro. You know what I mean? When people say that, I'm just like, do you hear yourself? So you're okay with watching a trash show? You're okay with them purposely making this shit boring? Nah, bro. And that's not what's happening. They're trying to make this shit feel important. They're trying to make it feel interesting, but it's not. Right? Like Logan Paul comes in. I understand he's probably one of the bigger heels in the WWE. But what the fuck does he have to do with John Cena? They didn't, it makes no sense. Why is John Cena and Logan Paul teamed up now? Is there a reason? Just because John Cena said to Jey Uso, you know what, ruin wrestling, you losing to a YouTuber. And now John Cena and Logan Paul are friends now. There was no backstage segment of them talking. There was nothing. And this is what pisses me off. And this is what I just want the stories to make sense. I want to know, why is Logan Paul and John Cena working together, right? If they showed a backstage segment of John Cena or Logan Paul maybe knocking on John Cena's locker room door or something like that, something fucking simple. You didn't even have to show them talking. You could have just shown Logan Paul knocking on his door, John Cena opening it, and then you would have had a huge pop. That's it. That's all you had to do. But no, we're not going to do that. We're just going to have John Cena come out and Logan Paul come out, and there's going to be no explanation onto why that they're friends, or not even friends, why they're with each other. So yeah, that's the type of shit we get. We get no effort. No effort. And this is a $1 billion company, no effort. It's fucking insane, man. Instead of actually bettering the shows, they fucking released R-Truth. That's their way of helping. They released one of the biggest baby faces in the WWE. One of the better characters in the WWE. They release. And it's not because of his age. Because if it was because of his age, they would have released CM Punk. They would have released John Cena. even though they can't do that. You know what I mean? If it was because of his in-ring ability, R-Truth is better in the ring than CM Punk. Okay? It's not because of that. What is it? Is it because something R-Truth said? Is it the money? Maybe it's a money situation. Maybe R-Truth wanted to leave. We may not know. But the fact is, R-Truth is getting released from the WWE. And it's a sad day. Because especially my last video, I literally talked about how I would like to see a serious R-Truth, man. It's really sad. Hopefully we see an R-Truth in AEW or something. I feel like that you know what would be really cool? R-Truth comes to AEW, and he's just serious. He's mean-mugging, and he's talking shit about WWE. He's saying the other company, all they wanted me to do was to be a tap dancer. They wanted me to be a clown. He could say a lot of shit. He really can come at WWE's neck. And I feel like that could really start, not an AEW versus WWE war, but I don't know. I just want to see R-Truth come out and kind of get his revenge. I feel like that would be cool to see. And that's going to wrap up this video. Drop a like, subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. We do have a Monday Night Raw tonight. Hopefully it's a good show, man. I mean, the past Monday Night Raws have been horrible, but we'll see what happens. Catch you guys. Peace out.